Hey guys, got a lot of stuff to go over today, so I'm gonna try to be quick about it. But today, we're gonna have our little review setup, kind of. I'm not sure what all I'm gonna throw in here, but we're gonna be looking at the Walkera Rodeo 110. It's not really gonna be an unboxing. Go ahead and show you guys what's in here, but it's not really an unboxing. I've flown this a couple times already. Get your usual papers. Down below, you have a quad, some extra blades, a USB, a trainer cord. You guys aren't worried about that. You have this 850 milliamp 2S lipo. Quad itself fits right down in these little divots. Nice for travel. Go ahead and set that aside. And down below, you get your Devo 7 and your charging cord, which I do not recommend you use. Hopefully everyone has a hobby grade charger. But if you have to, you can use that to charge the battery. And you got your big boy, your Devo 7 here down the bottom. And that's it. So go ahead and move this to the side without breaking stuff. All right, so here we have the Walkera Rodeo 110. Give you guys a little bit better look, but I'm gonna start hopping into things pretty quick. Got your JST connector up here. Got your 5.8 gigahertz antenna right here. These are your receiver antennas. I have, of course, this comes with Devo, so this is running, whatever receiver Devo has. Got your FPV antenna up here, and it is adjustable, so you can move it up and down, just like that, to fit your needs. You have a little headlight right here, your little ESCs, mounted here to the frame with these little screws, which is a very bad thing, and is definitely a weak point. Now, I've crashed this 2 or 3 times, which I'll probably show you on screen, but this is definitely a weak point for, depending on how you crashed. I wish they would have just stuck it down or something, but they did that because, if I can get the light in here, let's see, turn the light on real quick. Right here, these ESCs plug in. They're not soldered right here. This is just a little connector on the end. So they have it there, and they have that screw in there just to make sure that little connector doesn't wiggle loose. So it's needed, but sorry, I got interrupted a little bit. Let's go ahead and continue around this quad. Of course, you have this little battery strap here. Right here, you have your VTX selection area, your channel selection. You gotta, move this out the way. And you have your, let me get back in camera. You have your channels right here, your dip switches to change the channel, your little push button, which I believe is to bind, if I remember correctly. All this is in the manual, by the way. So it's actually a decent manual, so definitely check it out. You have a replaceable VTX antenna, which is really nice. And I know Banggood sells some of the circular polarized antennas that you could put on here if you so desire to get a better range. These props are pretty good. These are the replacement set. So like I said, I've crashed a couple times. So these are the replacement set on here already. You have your micro USB port right here. You have your little indication lights back here, which will be red when it's powered on both sides. Oh yeah, one last part. On the bottom right here, you have where you can use your own external receiver. If you don't want to use it with this Devo 7, or if you got a bind and fly, you would plug in your external receiver right here, and you have a little switch right here. As you can see, hopefully you can see, just focus here, for S-Bus and PPM. All right, so that's about it for the overview of the quad. I mainly want to do this video to show you guys my setup and to flash it to BetaFlight. Because, and I already have my switches and stuff set up, so I'll show you that too. But I want to show you guys the setup because it comes with its own proprietary version of BetaFlight. So we don't know what that is. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump in here into Clean Flight. Go ahead, connect in here and show you guys how it's set up. Not necessarily stock, but how I have it set up. So we got your UR1 on MSB, you know, the usual configuration. I have motor stop turned off. These are my min and max, you know, my minimum throttle, my max throttle settings. I believe that's how it came. I don't think I changed that. You see yaw over here is at 180. VBAT is on. What else do we have? Black box is on. Even though black box has like space, but like none. It's really weird. You really don't need it on. And you see I'm at a 1K loop time. All right, failsafe doesn't work. Doesn't let you go into it. Whatever this funky version of BetaFlight is, doesn't let you get into it. And then you kind of get froze. So let's go back into it. PID tuning. These are pretty much stock PIDs. I don't think I changed any of this. I may have changed the angle strength. Probably lowered it down to 35, which I usually do that. And I think I sped up my yaw rate. I probably sped up all these rates. I'm not sure, but that's what I have it on right now. In case you guys are wondering. Receiver tab, usual. Now here's my modes. Now I set this up because it comes set up. I don't think any of the switches or anything are set up when you get it. So this is how I have mine set up. And let me go ahead and actually I think the receiver comes on. So actually let me disconnect real quick. Unplug this. Now you want to turn on your radio and then plug in your quad right after. You only have like, I don't know, 5-10 seconds to plug in your quad after your radio is turned on for it to bind correctly. All right, so keep that in mind. Turn on the radio and then plug in the quad immediately. All right, so let me see. No, it's not connected. But let me go ahead and plug the battery in so I can show you guys this. Turn on the radio. Oh, by the way, it does have a buzzer, which is really nice. So you have a radio, have our sticks moving up and down. So what you're going to want to do is, well, at least how I have it set up. So aux 3 is armed. So this is, oh, forgot I had motor spinning. Don't arm it while you have it plugged into your computer like I did. But this is my arm switch right here. This is aux 3. This is aux 1. So here's your modes on this switch. And then I think that was all I had set up. Did I have a beeper? I did have a beeper set up. What did I have? And the beeper is aux 2, which is up here, which is when it's all the way flipped. So that was mine. So aux, what was it? So this is aux 1, this is aux 2 up here on top, and this is aux 3. And that's how I have mine set up for my modes, which I really like doing. So I have the quick arm and disarm for when I arm it when it's on the computer, like just now. Now, let me go ahead and show you guys this version. Actually, let me go ahead and unplug it too, because I don't need this on anymore. I don't want these props spinning up. Now, can you guys see this? SB Racing F3 BetaFlight 0.3.3 September 2016. I don't know what this is. No one really knows what this is. I'm going to go ahead and run down this dump right here for your record and for my record, since I didn't copy it and keep it anywhere. So, and I also want to show you guys my throttle ranges whenever I get down to them. Because immediately after this, we're going to be flashing to regular BetaFlight. So I heard there's no ill effects of it because everybody was waiting to see. I didn't want to be the first one, of course. So, but now we're going to go ahead and jump into that. I don't know, regular RX range. So RX ranges are cool already, straight out the box. And it is ready to go out right out the box. And it flies pretty good, except for I was having an issue, which led to my 2 crashes in Horizon mode, where I could roll just fine, but when I went to do a flip, it would hang upside down and just get stuck upside down. And then, of course, it just slammed into the ground. So that was my 2 crashes. I should have those up on the screen, hopefully. A lot of stuff to go through. Anyways, that's it for the stock setup. But now we're gonna go ahead and flash BetaFlight, which I do recommend for everyone because they're still a proprietary one. One doesn't have all the features, like it doesn't have air mode, and two, you can't do anything. You know, it's there, it works. If you don't want to touch anything, it will fly just fine. But I'd rather be running BetaFlight. So let's go ahead and jump into BetaFlight. Oh yeah, real quick before I hop into how to do this and all that, this is where I got the idea to do this, and this is where I found a lot of information on the Walkera Rodeo 110. This is on, what is this? This is in some other language, but it's translated at the moment. Someone in, I believe in the forums or in the comments sent me this link, so thank you to whoever that was. If I can remember, I'll put your name up. But they were the ones that said, hey, these guys already flashed the BetaFlight 3.1, and they provided some stock PIDs for you to set up. So go ahead and show you these before I actually put them in myself. And let's get back to flashing BetaFlight. All right, so we're going to do SP Racing F3, BetaFlight 3.15, the newest one as of today, I believe. It's there yesterday. Manual baud rate to 256,000. And I'm going to do a full chippy race because I don't want none of the old stuff. Just go ahead, start from new. Go ahead, load this up. Let's see what's new in this new release. Well, it's kind of a lot of stuff, actually. All right, well, anyways, let's go ahead and flash this. Oh, might want to plug the quad in, huh? All right, let's go ahead and flash this BetaFlight 3.15. As you guys can see, no bootloader button, nothing special. Just plug it up and it should be good to go, hopefully. While this is going, go ahead and go back here and look at their little settings. Now they say make sure they turn one shot on, turn one shot 125 on, and board orientation is 180, like before, of course. And don't go above 2.67 loop time with the accelerometer on. All right, this is all their suggestions. I'm gonna have faith in them. I haven't flown it yet, of course, but we'll see. Almost done here. Okay, I don't know what part of my video I'm at right now because I've filmed like a million different parts to this review, but we're back here with BetaFlight. Got BetaFlight all flashed. I've had a couple test flights. It is nice. A lot better than stock, and plus I don't have that issue with horizon mode. So go ahead and show you guys my setup for BetaFlight. And I do suggest just go ahead right out the box, flash this to the newest BetaFlight. Don't even second guess it. Just go ahead and flash it. But you know, well, yeah, I know everybody's not gonna do it, but I do suggest go ahead and flash this. A couple things I want to show you in here. Where is it? I found this to be a nice level limit. Now, if you're on BetaFlight, it's part of the GUI, you know, the interface. I'll show you that in the PID tuning, but the level limit to 78. Now, if you're on stock and in clean flight, you're going to want to go into the CLI. You're going to want to set, I believe it's called max angle inclination, and it should be at 380 stock. And you're going to want to change that to 500 at least. And I think that's going to be a pretty good spot, you know, to get that more, you know, pitch angle. So when you full throttle and full pitch, you're kind of going just straight across instead of going up. So that's for, you know, speed freaks out there. And one more thing, when I switched over to BetaFlight, I did have to change the the RX range. And let's see, where is that at? So I'll go ahead and show you guys my values, which should be the same for anyone else who has the Ready to Fly bundle. As soon as I can find it. Let's see. Okay, RX range. Hope you guys can see this. RX range 0. So basically my ranges for this transmitter were 1110 to 1912. And channel 2 needs to be flipped. I know it starts from 0, so it's 1 on here, but it's channel 2 needs to be 1912 to 1110, you know, the opposite way. So that's how you flip the channel. If your channel's going the opposite way, you need to come into RX range. Whatever it is, you need to flip it. Put the big number first and the little number second. and you'll be good. But yeah, that's my RX range. This should be good for you guys if you're switching over to BetaFlight. All right, not too much else in there, and as you guys see, I am on 3.15, and it is nice. Let's see what else do you need to see. If you guys want to be like me and arming over here, flight modes right here, and a buzzer right here, this is your setup for the modes. All right, okay, screen here. Aux 3 is your arm. That's that first switch. Aux 1 is your mode switch. And down here at the bottom, aux 2 is going to be the beeper. All right. Let's see, anything to show you in here? Nah, not nothing special in here. In case you guys want to see it. Now, PIDs. Now, here we go. Here's this angle limit that I was telling you guys about. 78, probably 80 will be okay. I just didn't want to get too close to 90 and have it think that it's flipping. So I want to not go past that. I don't know what it will or won't do, but I don't want to push it. And like I said, these are the PIDs from the website that was suggested to me. So you guys can see them here. And yeah, that's my setup for BetaFlight. It's nice. Works nice. Turn on one shot. Have motor stop turned on. Where was it back? And actually, I meant to change this. I do want air mode in horizon mode as well. All right, yeah, one shot, 125 turned on, motor stop for me, in personal preference. Min throttle's at 1100, max 2000, pretty basic stuff. Y'all 180, VBAT's on, so you get your buzzer working. I'm at 2.67K. I know I probably said before that I wasn't going to do that, but 2.67K. And black box is on, even though it doesn't need to be. You see it says 0. I mean, doesn't really need to be on. But your CPU is at 11%, so you're good either way. Anyways, that's my BetaFlight setup. In case anyone was interested. Go ahead and disconnect here. Close that out. Now, final thoughts on this guy right here. I like it. I really like it. I'm going to need some more props in case I crash again. And props are a little on the pricey side, but you know, they're good props. Like I said in my flight test, or I should have said in my flight test, it's a good quad. You're moving up from brushed quads into brushless. I think this is a nice first quad. And like I said before, the only real issue here is this screw might be a weak point. As you can see, I got a little scratched up right there. It's not cracked, it's just scratched. And the camera's not the best. That's about my two negatives. Camera's not the best. See, I've been in the dirt a little bit. These potential weak points, camera is not the greatest. Mine might be just a little out of focus. But even with these weak points, if you're flying over grass, which I suggest if you're a beginner, I think you'll be all right. Other than that, you know, you got options for the external receiver here. If you want to put it in your own, probably just tape it right here on the bottom with some shrink tubing. But yeah, guys, this is a nice beginner quad. If you're not winning no races with this is nice indoor, outdoor. I fly this around my house just fine. I fly this outdoors just fine. It can handle a little wind. It's better than, you know, like a one of these. Better than like a tiny whoop. You know, as far as power, of course, it's a lot faster, a lot stronger, more versatile. Of course, in the house, you can tear some stuff up with this, so you want to be careful. If you have a real small house, maybe you want to wait till you're a better pilot and take it indoors. So you have no prop guards. But you know, like I said, if you're stepping up from brush, you don't want to jump into one of these, you know, a high powered racer. This is a good middle of the road, good starting point. Get some extra batteries. You're going to want to fly. And hopefully you can find a solution better than I did for the balance plug. I'm not really sure what you can do with it. I mean, you might be able to tuck it right here. I don't know. But guys, this thing is solid. If you guys are checking this out, I definitely recommend it. There's just not too much to say about it. Honestly, over the last week I've had this, I've flown this more than anything I've got. And that's just because it's versatile. I flew it in the house, I flew it in the garage, I flew it outside. It goes everywhere. So go ahead and wrap this up. It's probably a really long review by now with a bunch of little parts chopped up. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Hey guys, here today with the Walkera Rodeo 110. Just flashed the BetaFlight. So, as I said before, I was having some issues with the stock BetaFlight it came with in horizon mode. When I wanted to do flips, it would hang upside down and smack into the ground. So, can't have that happening. So, we updated to BetaFlight 3.15. This is going to be my maiden flight. Haven't test hovered, haven't tested anything really. So, hopefully it goes okay. Now, let's go ahead and set this up. You want to turn your transmitter first, then get your battery plugged in. And it looks like we're all bound up and ready to go. I don't really have a good solution for this balance plug. I just try to tuck it right here and push the battery back up against it. Hopefully that's good. Now I got my arm set up on this switch. I got my beeper set up over here and my 3 flight modes on this switch right here. But anyways, let's give it a go. That nice little hover. Okay. Now right away, let's go into horizon mode. And hopefully these flips are working because I'm going to do this right over the street. Halfway worked. I didn't finish it, but definitely didn't smack it to the ground. Yeah, there we go. Looks like the flips are working now. It's good. Now, one thing I forgot. I meant to turn on air mode in horizon mode, but I guess I forgot to do that. Oh well. But yeah, like as you guys can see, well hopefully if you can see. Oh. Flips are working just fine. Turn back in angle mode real quick. Now I also did up the angle for the max pitch angle. So it is a little bit faster now. I think I can go up a little bit more. It still gains a little bit of attitude on a full punch. But you know, it's a nice, it gets to a nice speed for its size. But yeah, I am still gaining altitude, so we'll have to up that up a little more. But flying really nice with these settings. Yaw's really fast. But yeah, guys, if I didn't say it before, I really like this quad. It's a really nice flyer, pretty decent. Now I know it might not take the hardest crashes. You might end up breaking stuff if you don't know what you're doing. But if you know how to fly quadcopters, like if you're moving up from a toy grade, I think this would be a really nice first brushless quad for you to, you know, step up to the brushless world. It's got enough power when you need it. Got enough speed when you need it, but it can also be, you know, nice and slow. You can cruise around. All depends on how you set it up. You know, cruise around like this isn't too much faster than a toy grade quad, so not too big of a step up. But you know, and then when you're ready, go ahead and punch that throttle. Only thing I wish it had some tail lights. You got the headlight orientation. Wish it had some tail lights. Other than that, it's a really nice quadcopter. Hope you guys enjoyed this little flight. and go ahead and wrap this up.